Today I'm going to talk about masks and a problem that people don't tend to talk about with masks, and that is that it obscures your ability to see your own body and your own lower visual field, and thereby enhances your risks of falls. But actually see your own face in terms of, let's say, where your cheeks are. This is why, for example, football players have black paint on their cheeks. Why do you think they have black paint on their cheeks? It's because light reflects off of those cheeks into your eyes, into your retina, and blinding you. By putting black there, it reduces that. But that just means that your cheeks are visible to you. Now, they're not usually consciously visible, neither is your nose typically. But it's in your far visual peripheral field. And you're subtly, unconsciously aware of this and utilizing that feedback to get the kinds of emotional expressions in this case, or bodily behavior that you need. Now, another thing that's in your lower visual field, which is I want to move to now, is the rest of your body. Often when you're moving around, much of the time, your own feet are within your visual field. They're in your far lower visual field, and you're not consciously paying attention to them, but you're getting that visual feedback, and that's what allows you to have great behaviors and acrobatic behaviors that we take for granted. You lose that, and suddenly you'll be tripping all over yourself. I had to go to the hospital the other day and walk all over the hospital, and I had it on for a longer period of time than I usually would, from the hostess to the table, let's say, at a restaurant. And I felt very handicapped relative to my normal self. And if you have people who are already particularly handicapped, older folks who are a little bit infirm, they are much higher risk of falling. Everybody's at a higher risk of falling. Ooh, who do I have here? We've got Pistachio the parrot flying by. In fact, 650,000 people die of falls each year worldwide, and millions are in the hospital by virtue of falls. Falls are not a small deal. So when you put this on, notice you just might think, well, how can this really bother you very much? But you can see that it's blocking my ability to see down. I can't see anything. It's blocking, not only is it blocking my feet, the earliest part of my visual field in terms of direction that I can see is all the way out around here. So the entire visual field, this far and below, in terms of an angle, that far and below is all cut off. This is not only preventing me from seeing myself, which I can ultimately see in my lower visual field, but just preventing me from seeing approaching sidewalks and tons of things that are down there below that we have to be able to see to have the kinds of safe behavior that we normally take for granted.